Why do you stop a hair's breadth from winning? Your brain taxes completion. You know what's wild? It's not about laziness. Imagine running toward a finish line that's moving backwards. That's your brain's secret strategy. We're diving into how our mind sabotages with this neurological closure tax. And pay attention to this part. We'll uncover the neuroscience reason behind this paradox and show you tactics to actually finish with success. So we know your brain isn't lazy. Instead, it's got this fascinating twist. You start a project with loads of momentum, everything seems possible, but then you hit 70, 80, maybe 95% complete. Suddenly finishing feels like running on a shrinking hamster wheel. Your brain actually weighs the costs of wrapping things up. Why? Because when you finish, boom, future rewards vanish. And there's more. Your identity might be at stake. Finishing means accountability and no room for what-ifs. But here's the catch. Your brain loves keeping possibilities wide open. It's a normal, albeit sneaky, bias. You aren't alone in this. Most of us are wired this way. Here's what's really going on in your brain. And when you're working on a project, your brain is releasing dopamine, that feel-good chemical, but mostly during the planning and early phases. It's like the golden liquid pouring out, fueling your excitement and vision. But when you hit the last stretch, that dopamine flow, it starts to cap off. Your brain's actually anticipating rewards, not the completion itself. And here's where it gets interesting. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational part, is like a pilot trying to land a plane. It senses that finishing will change things, new standards, more evaluations. Suddenly, the limbic system, the emotional monkey, pulls the wheel, fearing this new accountability. It whispers, "What if I fail?" You know what's wild? Your striatum, another player in this mental orchestra, loves keeping options open. Open projects mean endless novelty and no single outcome to trap you. It prefers uncertainty, the possibility of more. Closure? That's commitment, it's final. And this tension creates that inevitable stall, leaving projects hanging at 90%. But here's the part no one talks about. And so, how do we take control and finish what we start without getting trapped by our own brains? First, let's make completion feel safe. Think of done not as a finality, but as an experiment. Here's where self-compassion comes in. You're not changing who you are, you're just trying something new. Imagine each finish line has its own tiny golden cup. Create micro rewards. Something simple that gives you a little dopamine hit, like a favorite snack or 5 minutes of your favorite song. And add a positive sensory cue, maybe light a scented candle. This pairs closure with a delightful experience. Now let's talk about commitment architecture. Pre-commit by telling someone your goal, make it public. Define what done means clearly. And set an if-then plan. If I finish this chapter, then I'll call a friend. We can also trick our brains into seeing less risk by scheduling a review buffer. Give yourself 24 to 72 hours after finishing. This way, your brain feels there's a safety net before you share it with the world. Here's a simple checklist. Define done in one sentence, pick your micro reward, write out your if-then plan, set your review buffer, and announce your next small step publicly. Repeat this system and you'll start paving a clear path to completion. So your brain pays a closure tax that keeps projects hovering at almost done without realizing it. We've talked about making done feel safe using micro rewards and setting clear finishing plans. Ending isn't just a task, it's a skill that needs practice, like building a muscle. Imagine the surge of a charged brain. Ignition sparking as those final steps click into place. Try the 5-step finish first checklist on one nearly done project this week and see which step makes the difference. Share in the comments and let's learn from each other. Subscribe for more hidden brain hacks. And remember, the real magic happens when the gears turn and the lock clicks shut.